right, Thor Diekow talking at you. It's this week on Blu-ray and DVD. And once again, we have a reboot to tell you about. This time it's Jack Ryan and the classic character that Tom Clancy created. Chris Pine stepping in this action spy thriller. And you know, this one had some decent moments actually for a reboot. It wasn't too bad. Check it out.
You think this is game, Jack?
They will bring us to our knees without even firing a shot.
There's a very real scenario here where we don't get out of this alive.
We are compromised.
If you find the truth, will you believe it?
There you go. Kevin Costner very effective in this role, and Kenneth Branagh directs and stars as the villain here. And it takes a post 9/11 world and sort of sets it up very well, and it shows the evolution of Chris Pine's character Jack Ryan from a soldier to an analyst to full-fledged operative. So it really shows the roots of the character. The action scenes for me were a little bit jerky, and they were the probably weakest part of the movie. Where it really did shine was in a lot of the old-style spy-type thriller scenes. There's a great dinner scene involving Keira Knightley, who's the romantic interest in this one. It plays his wife. Keira Knightley, Kenneth Branagh, and Chris Pine, they do a sort of a spy dinner thing to try and elude him and try to break into an office across the street. Very good scene. There were some decent parts in this movie because they really tried to look at character examination. Unfortunately, the action at times was a little bit too frantic, so that's where I found it did lose me. But it's still worth a watch. Jack Ryan's Shadow Recruit. Check it out now. We're switching to comedy next, and yes, he's back. Steve Coogan as the lovable, self-absorbed broadcaster Alan Partridge. Now, he's been in Britain for over 20 years with 2 radio series, 3 television series, and a hugely popular web show. But now he's in his own movie. Check it out.
Mid-Morning Matters with Alan Partridge. Music and chat for the Norfolk generation.
Achtung! Guten Tag. Silence! Sorry.
What might this be?
That's all the fault of a certain Miss Angela. Sorry, I don't know your second name.
So what happens here is he works at a radio station, and Cole Meany gets laid off and decides to take the entire place hostage. So Alan becomes the center of this siege when his disgruntled former employee takes everyone hostage after getting fired by new management. So he has to sort of be the go-between with Cole Meany taking everyone hostage and the law enforcement. Very funny stuff. I love this character. Coogan is just at his acerbic best, and it's very witty. And you know, it's nothing sort of groundbreaking when it comes to comedies, but there's a lot of great improv in it. It's really rests on the shoulders of Coogan's writing and his comic timing and abilities. So this one's very funny if you like British humor and you've always enjoyed that character of Alan Partridge. Aha! Okay, next we're talking TV, and this is a doozy. True Detective. The wait is over, people. If you didn't get caught up or you need to get this in HD, here's your chance because it's out now. HBO's amazing show, the most watched first season of any HBO original series since the premiere of 6 Feet Under in 2001. An 8-episode season loaded with bonus materials, and it follows Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey, 2 detectives and former partners who worked in Louisiana's Criminal Investigations Division in the 90s. The story picks up in 2012 when they are getting interviewed separately by investigators about their most notorious case, which was a 1995 murder by a possible serial killer. The show has 3 different timelines that it follows and really has a methodical pace to it, but it is very engrossing. It's some of the finest television ever produced by HBO, and amazing acting and writing. The acting is incredible from Harrelson and McConaughey. It's a bit of a slow burn, so you may have to, you know, it may take a few episodes to really get into it, but it looks stunning in HD, and as I say, loaded with great bonus features and exclusive interviews with the stars. So True Detective Season 1. They're going to be doing a Season 2 with a whole new set of leads, possibly even 3, so look for that on the horizon very soon. Next, we're going to tell you about a very interesting show as well, following in Carl Sagan's footsteps, Cosmos, and this is produced by Seth MacFarlane, and it's basically the greatest story that science has ever told. Astrophysicist Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson takes you on an amazing journey, a legendary story, 13.8 billion years in the making. It looks spectacular in high def. So this is a follow-up to Carl Sagan's classic award-winning series that was big in the 70s. and looks at the remarkable mysteries of the cosmos and our place within it. A 13-part adventure transports you through all manner of space and time and brings you all the latest about what we know when it comes to astrophysics, space, time travel, quantum mechanics, history, all that great stuff. So it's all in this beautiful Blu-ray set. Get Cosmos now, and this also would make a great Father's Day gift for possibly the geek or the nerd dad in your life. Okay, now we're going to be talking about a fascinating documentary, and we want to show you a clip of this one, Tim's Vermeer, and it's really hard to describe this one, but it's basically done by Penn and Teller of Las Vegas fame. They have an inventor friend named Tim Jennison who attempts to solve one of the greatest mysteries in the world. How did Vermeer manage to paint his pictures so photorealistically? Have a look.
All I can think about is trying to paint a Vermeer, who some consider the greatest painter of all time. At the face of it, that seems almost impossible, because I'm not a painter. I'm proposing an alternate history of Vermeer. Was Vermeer a machine?
Oh, my God.
I think it might disturb quite a lot of people.
I mean, this is just extraordinary because he says it right there. He's not even a painter, but he's a brilliant man. So he's trying to prove that Vermeer used science to help paint his pictures. This was 150 years before the invention of photography. So they follow him on this journey to try and recreate one of Vermeer's classic paintings. So there's a history lesson here. There's also a lot of innovation in science. And when you actually look at what this guy does so painstakingly, it is meticulous. And there are so many times in the documentary where he probably just wanted to give up. So a ton of work went into this. It's a fascinating story, and it'll have you hooked if you have any interest in this kind of art history and ingenuity and inventions and things like that, because the lengths that these guys go to just to prove something that may never even get sort of proven or given the sort of factual basis and backing that it needs is incredible. So check that out, Tim's Vermeer, an excellent, excellent documentary. And we leave you with one series coming to Blu-ray and DVD just in time for season 2, which will be getting renewed soon. We're talking about Resurrection, and you can get the complete first season. And this is all about what happens when someone you've mourned mysteriously appears on your doorstep and not a single day has gone by. That is what happens to the lives of the people in Arcadia, Missouri. They're forever changed when their deceased loved ones miraculously return, causing them to confront the emotional depth of the relationship and what it means to be given a second chance. I had doubts about the show, but it really sort of took off midway through. I enjoyed the writing of it, the characters. It's an interesting plot, and as I say, you can watch for season 2 coming soon. It has been renewed, so Resurrection, you can get that now, the hit ABC show. That's pretty trippy. All right, that's it, folks. I'm Thor Diekow. You can check me on Twitter at Thor Diekow. I'll see you next week here on btvancouver.ca.